Hey everybody, welcome back to the Magic Channel Card Tricks. Today we're going to talk about card magic essentials, okay? Some card magic tools to help you feel more comfortable in your card magic. And so reason why I'm doing this is because there's an elementary school across the street from me, and sometimes I get asked to go over there and teach the kids some magic tricks, and I always try to teach them some card tricks. And the thing that I always see is these little kids, two things. They always think the deck of cards is too big, right? Too big to hold. And the other thing is the cards just like slide around. You know, while they're holding on to the cards, they move fast, right? They move fast and they slip and they slide, and the kids end up dropping them. And so one of the things I try to do right away is just teach them how to hold a deck, right? And so that might be something that you've never been taught. And so I want to kind of run that through with you right now. But first of all, let me say, always practice on a poker-sized deck. Poker-sized decks are going to be the ones that you see in the store, just hanging on the peg hook. They're more wider than a bridge deck. Now, don't listen to anybody that tells you, oh, you should practice on a bridge deck because they're smaller. That's not going to help you. You're going to end up having to relearn everything. So we're going to look at a couple of ways to hold a deck. We're going to look at a couple of ways to cut a deck, and then I'm going to teach you a false cut at the end of this. Sound good? All right, so very first thing you should learn is how to hold your deck in what we call mechanics grip, okay? Mechanics grip, look at that. Those cards aren't going anywhere, okay? They're not going anywhere because I've got this deck surrounded, all right? So in mechanics grip, you're gonna see that all 5 fingers are making contact with this deck, all right? Then this is the standard grip that is taught by dealers and card magicians all around the world because it provides a very sturdy and versatile means from which to hold the cards. You're covering the deck all over, right? So you're gonna see this kind of grip in casinos with blackjack dealers, poker dealers, or you're gonna see it with magicians who know how to hold a deck of cards. So to form mechanics grip or dealer's grip, that's another title for this grip, mechanics grip or dealer's grip. You're gonna hold the deck in your hand the same exact way you would hold a tool, okay? So think about mechanics grip. How would you hold a hammer? Okay. How would you hold a tool? So the cards should be lying flat on the palm with the longer side of the deck lying around the fingers. Take the pointer finger and move it to the short side facing away from you. Take the middle finger, ring finger, and little finger and place them on the long side of the deck. And finally, the thumb holds the deck together on the long side opposite the other fingers. So with this grip, more of the deck should be covered by your hand, thus making it more difficult for people to see what you're doing and also difficult for the cards to slide around and move anywhere. So practice holding your deck in mechanics grip. Walk around the house like this. Just hold the deck in mechanics grip and just practice, right? Keeping a good grip on it. So that is one way to hold the cards. All right. Another way to hold a deck, another grip, is the biddle grip. Biddle grip. Now, the first one was an under the deck grip. This one's going to be an over the deck grip, okay? So with biddle grip, it's just like this, okay? So biddle grip is an over the deck grip. And again, look at that. Those cards, look, they're not going anywhere, okay? So this is also going to give you complete control, but this time over the top of the deck. And again, this is another way of holding the cards that's used with card tricks. You can use biddle grip to hold a deck. You can use biddle grip to hold a stack of cards or even a single card, or to transfer cards. So you're going to hold the deck from above with your thumb on the end of the deck that is facing toward you, and your middle finger index should be on the opposite end of the deck. Your pointer finger and pinky finger are not actually holding the cards, and you just kind of rest them. I have mine rested on top, which is what you normally see, and my pinky here is resting on the side. And interestingly enough, we know that the biddle grip was invented by a magician named Sid Lorraine, and he lived from 1905 to 1989. All right, so you're learning how to hold a deck. Let's learn how to cut the deck. okay? Learn how to cut the cards. So if we went back to mechanics grip, okay, how would you cut the deck in mechanics grip? Well, you'd come over like this and just do that, okay? And that's another thing that you can practice. You're holding the deck in mechanics grip, you come over with the other hand, you pick up about half the cards, you place them on the table, you come back over and re-square. And that is cutting the deck from mechanics grip. And this is something you can just practice over and over again. And it's fun to make that slap noise. When you make that slap noise, people think like, oh, they really know what they're doing, right? So you're holding it in mechanics and you just cut the cards. And that's always a good convincer to do at the end of a trick or at the end of a shuffle. You say, you know what, and we'll cut the cards, okay? So practice. And this is another place where people end up dropping cards, right? So you don't want to drop cards, you're practicing. You're holding it in mechanics grip and you come over and you cut the cards, okay? Practice cutting, that's gonna make you look like a pro. All right, so another way to cut the cards, but this time using the biddle grip that we learned earlier. So if you were holding the deck in biddle grip from above, you can actually cut the cards with that free finger. Remember I said your pointer finger isn't touching the deck at all. So what you do is you're holding it in biddle and you're gonna grip like that, okay? You're gonna pick up a section of cards with that first finger like that, and then you're just gonna slide them over. So you're using that finger kind of as a pivot, and they're pivoting off your back thumb like this. And this is called a swing cut. So you're swinging over, grabbing, and replacing, okay? So you're in biddle grip, you swing over, grab, and replace. Now, when you practice this, and you're able to do a cut like that, that's really when people are like, oh wow, that guy or gal really knows what they're doing with a deck of cards, right? So practice a swing cut. Biddle grip, use your finger as a pivot, reach over and grab with the other hand, and then place on top. And again, you want to make that slapping noise, right? That just sounds cool. So this is a swing cut. All right, and now we're going to learn a J Aussie false cut. Now the J Aussie false cut is a very simple, easy beginner cut, and the best thing is it doesn't change the order of your deck. So whatever order your deck is in, it leaves it exactly the same, but it looks really convincing. So you're going to just break the deck into thirds, okay? So you have the top third, the middle third, and the bottom third, and now you're going to pick the deck up again in the same order. Top third, middle third, bottom third. And that looks like a completely fair cut, but it wasn't. You didn't do a thing. Nothing's changed. I can even show you. So King of Hearts is on top, right? And we take off the top third, middle third, bottom third, and again, I'm picking it up top third, middle third, bottom third. Nothing's different, right? What was the bottom card? The Three of Hearts, okay? Top third, middle third, bottom third, top third, middle third, bottom third. Three of Hearts is still there, King of Hearts is still there. That is a false cut. It looks convincing, especially the faster you do it, you know? So you say, you know what, we'll just cut the cards here, and so that's fair, right? It's not fair. It's not fair because nothing changed, right? So the faster you can do it, right? The faster you can do it, the more convincing it is. And people will think that that was a fair, honest cut, but it wasn't, you didn't do anything. So practice that. Practice your mechanics grip, your biddle grip, practice cutting the cards to the table, practice your swing cut, and practice your J Aussie false cut, and I'll see you next time. Bye.